Well, good early morning to all you sim truckers out there. This is Z-Man Trucker. This is a continuation of my video that I started last night. Having left Houston, Texas, heading to Columbia, South Carolina. And I only do 20-minute videos before I park and upload them. And so right now we're like north of Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we're getting ready to drive for another 20 minutes. As I've mentioned to you, 5 minutes real world time calculates out to about an hour and a half game time. So we'll do another 20-minute ride, and then we'll park it again and upload that segment of the video until we get into Columbia, South Carolina. If you understand that I'm doing a trek across America, which started out in the Pacific West, and I'm trying to get to Miami. Whether I actually get down to Miami, it's possible I'll get to the Palm Coast or Orlando at some point. It's hard to get a specific route to a specific location. And as I mentioned in my last video, with my XP maxed out, I'm classified as a long haul trucker, so just about every load I get is long haul, and it's generally in places I don't want to go. So I switch between driving my own truck trailer combination, and if I can't get something with my own truck trailer combination, then I use my truck and I'll haul somebody else's load. And which is what I'm doing right here. I'm hauling this cat to Columbia. So, alright, let's get inside here. Let's see if we can get the show on the road. If this is your first time following me on any of my videos, my trek across America, I'd be grateful if you would subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications. I don't have a great big following. There are so many people out there that do American Truck Simulation, and they get into the nuts and bolts of it. Me, I just enjoy the driving and having people ride shotgun with me. So that's what we're doing right now. So let's make this happen. Oh, I just lost my tracker for some reason or another. Oh, that's great. I just lost my head tracker. Not the end of the world. That means I will have to use the pan button on here. Okay. Be that as it may. Let me just take a look at my digital log here for a second. Excuse my sniffle right there. I just got off of work, and boy, I work in a machine shop, and the air quality in there is enough to make your sinuses act up. Okay, we're still 12 hours and 53 minutes out from Columbia. So we're going to try to make a U-turn on the highway right here and go back to the other end and get back on the highway. So, okay, let's see if we can get away and do this safely. This lowboy trailer, I'll tell you, that thing is probably about 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Game time at 6:51 in the evening, and so it's going to be getting dark here shortly. and hopefully I don't hit any more rain. I've had a lot of rain coming from the west coast. I'm still getting used to this 10 speed. Like I'm in third high, and you know, it takes forever. It's a very, very low gear ratio they use in this for a 10 speed. So when I get about 2,000 RPM, I'll probably be up to around maybe 50 miles an hour. And then when I shift into 4 high, then that's my final gear, and it's a 308, and it'll take me forever to get up to speed I want, and which in this case is just 65 miles an hour, but I'd already be there if I were in a 13 speed or an 18. Attention, Dave. Stay on your side of the highway. Okay, we're at 66 and we'll just hold it there. The sun is starting to set. I guess I'll put my headlights on. Alrighty. We are now entering Mississippi. You see the sign right there on my right. Welcome to Mississippi. I don't know what happened to my... Oh, I know I don't have my head tracker on. I don't have my hat. I don't have the hat on. Okay. Alright, that was me trying to drive and put a hat on and put my headsets back on. Okay, that's better. I thought my head felt the lump of the headset on top of it. We're on Interstate 10. And like it says, we'll take this for about 20 minutes and then we'll cut this video, and because anything over 20-25 minutes takes forever to upload. And whether people actually follow me for the 20 minutes or not, you know, that's one thing. But to do a complete route, I could have done that in one shot, but it would have taken me about an hour real world time to make that run from Houston to Columbia. Oh, I got a way station. That's the first one I've had in quite a while. Yeah, I'll stop at the sign. £78,659. Let's see if I can get back out on the highway without getting run over. Okay. Let's wind out this third gear here. get up to about 2,000 RPM before I go into fourth gear. Okay, that's it. So here we are in Mississippi. Beautiful night in Mississippi. Few high cirrus clouds. See some stars up in the sky, so doesn't look like any chance for rain. I've been with this simulation when it came out several years ago as an early access game, and then I got involved with the beta version. I really don't know what's the difference between the regular version or the beta. Obviously you have to buy the regular version first, and then in Steam, and then go into the settings and you can become a beta user. So and that allows anything new that comes out, I get to try it out through mods, especially mods by other people, third-party vendors, whatever, and anything that SCS might be trying out. Sometimes you get a couple of quirks in there and you know, a couple of kinks, but I actually have absolutely no complaint about this simulation. It is outstanding. I can remember back in the day when 18 Wheels of Steel came out, and when this came out, never knew they were one and the same company. So or I don't know if they were the same company, I don't know if they were bought out or whatever. But this truck simulation has come a very long way. With the physics, with the dynamics, with everything that has to do with trucking. I'm just, I was really impressed by it. And I like driving. I don't drive a truck in the real world. I did when I was in the military. I was in the motor pool in the Air Force and transportation, and I did drive 5 and 10 ton international tractors with 40-foot low boys, 40-foot flatbeds. And when I got out of the Air Force, I was too young. I wanted to drive for Mayflower Moving, because they did cross-country driving, but I got out of the Air Force. I was only 20 years old, went in when I was 17, and I was too young to be insured. Ironic, I can serve my country, I can drive for the country, but while I was in the Air Force, I couldn't legally go into a bar or be insured when 4 years of transportation in the military, and I couldn't get a job driving big rigs. Ironic. This 10 speed, this is something that's you either got to get used to or it grows on you eventually. It's the first two gears are a little higher gear, and you're up to about $2,000 and you don't go anywhere real fast. So you go through the first two gears fast, and the third gear, accident or ticket or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's right. Just stop in the middle of the road, you bonehead. Oh my God. Well, just like the real world, just jump in front of you like I could stop on a dime. Well, it doesn't seem I have a whole lot of damage. I got that bull bar on the front, so I probably messed up his rear bumper a little bit. Okay. So you saw a Z-Man trucker get cut off and I whacked a guy. And that truck is still all winding back and forth all over the road. Okay. Like I said, we're in Mississippi, and the developers, like I said, did stuff to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, mostly down in the southeast part of the country. The third-party developers created this, as opposed to SCS, who's made 5 states out in the Pacific West, which are DLCs. It costs you $11 a piece to buy the states. And so imagine what 48 states, if they create them, will cost you in this game. But like I said, the third-party developers who created the map, the whole United States map, chose to create something, you know, in these southeastern states. Maybe some of the stuff is generic. I don't know how accurate it is or how real it is as far as particular you know, structures and let me see, I think I got a turn coming up here. I'm not quite sure. We must be in Alabama right now. I didn't see a sign there because we're passing through Montgomery. That can't be possible. Is there a Montgomery, Mississippi? I don't know. There's Montgomery. I'm guessing we must be in Alabama. Okay, we must be. There's Birmingham and Atlanta, Georgia sign for Atlanta. Okay, looks like we're going to be popping off somewhere up here. We're on 85 right now. This will take us into Atlanta. So we were right at the top of Mississippi, so we went from Mississippi and slipped right into Alabama. Oh boy, his 10-speed is sluggish. Any kind of hill. You know, I might just head right on into Columbia. 6 hours game time, that's like another 10 or another 15 minutes or so. So what the hell? So I don't have to make another video after this one. So we're just going to take this. So you can jump off anytime you want, you know, or stick with it. But we'll finish this one up, it looks like, in just about 15 minutes or less. Mustang convertible. All the Mustangs in this simulation are all convertibles. And the ironic thing, if it's pouring rain out, they have their tops down. There are a couple little idiosyncrasies. They're not biggies. They don't bother me that much. But just like I look for little things, realistic things. And one of them is that I have a mod that forces people to put their headlights on in inclement weather. Otherwise, you don't really see that many people with headlights on. The other thing is that when it's pouring rain, I'm the only one that's got windshield wipers on. Nobody else has windshield wipers on. And then convertible tops being down in the storm. They're just little things, but they're the kind of things that I pick up on and I look at, you know, and doesn't affect the game at all. It just affects your own perception of what you would look for in realism. But overall, I just think it's a wonderful, absolutely wonderful simulation. I see a sign coming up here, just telling me I'm in Georgia now. Okay. Alright, so we're not that far off anyway. Yeah, I'd rather not do another video on this trip, so like I said, you can hang out, you know, pop off anytime or speed it up or whatever when I get done. And but yeah, we're in Georgia. That's good. So we went from Louisiana into Mississippi, a portion of Alabama, and now we're in Georgia. I like driving and I do traveling. I have family in Florida and I have family in Atlanta, Georgia, and in Carolinas, North Carolina, or not sure, north or south, wherever Charlotte is. So I drive. I don't fly. I don't like flying anymore. I know too much about the aviation industry. Tell me I don't want to be up in the plane with some of those people. So, but I drive, and one of the things I pick up, oh, guess what? It's raining now. Terrific. So one of the things I pick up when I'm driving is how many big rigs that are on the highway in the middle of the night. And as the night progresses, all of a sudden you see they're all parked, either alongside of the road, in truck stops, or wherever they can park, lined up like cattle. Oh, terrific! A nice rainy night now. It's 2:33 a.m. in the morning, and we're going to pop off here. Should have put a tarp over that tractor. This is a heavy rain too. Noisy rain. Another turn. About 110 miles out from Atlanta. of my way. Thank you. I think you can stop on a dime. Some big lake here. I couldn't read the sign, so I don't know what lake this is. We'll be in Columbia in about 7 or 8 minutes. I'm starting to get low on fuel. Hopefully I got enough there to get me into South Carolina. Oh, did the rain stop? That's a good thing. Must have been just local. Easy there, fella. So hard to see that right-hand mirror. I have a mirror I pop up that I use in emergencies. I have that one like pop up on the right hand of the screen that when I can't see out that right mirror. But even this you don't really get to, you don't see anything out of it. It's dark as hell out here. So we'll shut that mirror off too. Just passing the outskirts of Augusta. It's 4:59 in the morning. And we're about an hour and 39 minutes out, game time, our sim time. this is the Savannah River right here, and we're about ready to go into South Carolina right now. Yes, we are, South Carolina. Another 4 minutes and we'll be pulling into Columbia. And then my next video will start from there to wherever I can go further south. Hopefully I can get something into Florida. And if I can't get down to Miami, if I get down to Orlando or something like that, then what I'll do is I'll deadhead down to Miami without any load. Now Orlando, a lot of freight out of Orlando. Just like Atlanta, there's a few places I get a good diversified complement of different freights, either for my truck trailer combo or for the market, whatever's available. When they came out with version 1.32 plus, whatever this version is right now, the early version of 132, the compatible world map, or the U.S. map, South Carolina was actually very, very barren. Parts of Georgia and all that. So on the updated map, whoever maintains this USA map does a little bit of tweak at every update. So it's nice to drive through South Carolina now and actually see trees and bushes and stuff like that. Okay, we're going to be there in a couple minutes. Columbia, half a mile. Okay, make sure we can. Of course, good timing. Just a train locomotive. That's it. I have had the gates come down on me on a couple of occasions. Those little X's you see across the road on your right, that's parts of the game that are not completed yet. So I can't access that area. It's like a barrier. Whoop. Ah, here's a Peterbilt dealer up here. I guess it's going to send me out to the boondocks to this cat place, or it might be a construction site, I don't know. Ooh. Sorry, didn't see the stop sign. But I'll drive it. I got it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Too late, I'm here first. stop sign. You see that? Put it in there. That was it for first gear. That's it for second gear. And that's it for third gear. Or second, for second. Ooh, there's the gas station. Okay. Diesel is $1.93 here, and we do have real-world prices in the game, in the simulation. So $1.93 for diesel is pretty good, considering I got a 300-gallon tank and I took 202 gallons. All right, now let's continue on. Okay, see if I can squeeze out in the road without taking anybody out. Put my other window up, mirror up. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it's not a construction site. Come on. Alright, I straddled the X. I'm guessing I'm at the right place. Oh. Let's see if I want to park this or just have it auto park. Okay, I just showed you that screen just so you can see I made $506,000 and 2,200 XP points, which I don't need. I'm at level 217, and I won't explain to you how come I got so much money. We won't get into that. Alrighty, guys. This is the end of this trip. We made it here to Columbia, South Carolina. My next trip is going to be, I think I have a garage here in Columbia, and I might change trucks, I'm not sure yet. Alright, we're going to shut down right here. And call it a night, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop, guys. Thanks for riding with me if you rode all the way, and please subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We'll catch you again.